this video, you will learn how to create line charts. Line charts allow you to visually explore trend analysis for average effective tax rates by tax year for your entire industry. Let's start by developing a habit that will allow us to keep track of the visualizations that we're creating. Right-click on the page 1 and choose the option to rename the page from the quick menu. Rename the page with industry, and I'm going to use industry C. You put down your industry. Average, gap, and ITEP ETRs by tax year. Recall, for the videos, I'm using industry C. And Industry C is not in the dataset that you received from your instructor for this case. This is intentional so that we may demonstrate the steps required for the case without revealing the solution of the case. My data and visualizations will be different from your data and visualizations. If it isn't already expanded, click the arrow to expand the field list. If your screen is small like mine, you can always adjust the size of panes by navigating until you get the directional arrows and then clicking and dragging the pane. In the visualization menu, click the line chart visual. A template will be added to your canvas. You can expand the visualization by hovering and clicking and dragging the visualization. Let's add the tax year to our visualization. You add fields to the visualization by checking the box next to the field that you want to add. If the tax year is added to the y-axis, then go ahead and click and drag it up to move it to the x-axis so that our tax year will display along the bottom horizontal line of our visualization. Next, let's add our gap effective tax rate to our visualization. Power BI defaults to display a sum of any numeric variable. We can change this default by clicking on the down arrow and selecting the average option from the quick menu. We're going to add the ITEP effective tax rate to our visualization and make sure that we change the default to an average ITEP effective tax rate as well. The middle button of the visualization menu allows us to format our visual. Click this menu, and then click the arrow next to lines, scroll down, and open the colors menu. We can customize the color of every line that's on our chart. We're going to leave the default light blue average of gap effective tax rates, but we're going to change the default color for the average ITEP effective tax rate to help visually distinguish between these two lines. The third button in the visualization menu allows us to add further analyses to our visuals. We're going to add an average line for both of our lines in our visualization. Expand the average line menu and select the option to add a line. You can customize the series for which the line was added by clicking on the series button and customize the color by clicking on the line button. For now, these settings are appropriate for our first average line. Let's add a second average line. Change the default to the average of the average ITEP effective tax rate, and then change the color to red. As you can see, Power BI provides a number of options for adding additional analyses to your charts. Use the double arrows to temporarily close both the visualization and the fields menu. When you do so, you will see that this automatically enlarged the screen space provided to the visualization. Visualizations in Power BI are interactive, meaning that as you hover over the lines, you will be able to see the average gap effective tax rate or average ITEP effective tax rate for each tax year. While the Y and X axes are clearly labeled, let's change the title of the chart to make sure that anyone can understand what is being visualized. Expand the visualization menu, select the option to format your visual, and open up the general menu. Finally, expand the title and then change the title so that it denotes your industry. In my case, it's Industry C, Average, Gap, and ITEP effective tax rates by tax year. Notice you can either redo the entire title or you can redo parts of the title. We want to add the industry to the title because although you know which industry you're working with, that would not be clear with someone unfamiliar with your data transformations. Similar to Alteryx, Power BI does not automatically save your work, so use the quick button at the top menu or your keyboard shortcuts to save your workbook. Great job! You have created your first line chart. Use this line chart to answer the questions related to the average gap and ITEP effective tax rates for your industry. In the next video, you will learn how to duplicate a Power BI visualization and alter the visualization to get similar trend lines for just your company.